Hello and welcome back to another painting video. Today we're going to be painting the Aile Strike Gundam. So you can see we have our instruction booklet out here, but we were smart when we built this and we made these separate. This piece is mostly black, so we're going to leave it. We're going to not mess with it. I mean, we'll paint it obviously, but we're going to set this aside while we do our other steps to this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off like we do with our dry brush we usually start off with a dry brush of the medium sea gray. I don't know how necessary this step is now. Like as I'm going through this, I'm like, maybe we can just skip the gray and go straight to white. But since we've done it on all of the other ones, we probably want to continue doing it just because we want consistency in color throughout our miniatures. So let's get this, and this one doesn't have to be overly heavy. Oh, seems like I did not glue in the head, which might be helpful when we go to paint the head later. But for now, we'll just try to leave it in place, and we'll go through our model and just hit it with the gray. We didn't glue this to the base like we've been talking about, so it will move around a little bit, but that's fine. I might have glued the head in, it's just that it's not held in with, oh, I might not have glued it because I had to put the pack in. So that's fine, we'll just do that really quick. And then push the head back in. Or it might just be hard to lock the head in place because it's not glued. So we'll probably have to glue that at some point. But for now, we can just let it flop off and do its thing. We also do not glue the shields, which is totally fine because painting it can be a little bit easier if it's not glued on. Sorry if I keep moving it out of frame. Just trying to get a good, decent base layer of gray on here. That should be sufficient. Let's see about this head really quick. So let's put the striker pack back on just for a second. It's going to give us where our head goes, and it's going to lock it in for us. So we'll definitely have to put glue towards the front of the headpiece here, but I don't think now is the time to do that because we don't want to get glue on our paintbrushes or anything like that. So we'll do it after. So we're going to clean off our brush here, and then we're going to go to our off-white. Now, I've been doing kind of like 2 coats of white on these, but I think 3 coats is going to be 3 to 4 coats is going to be the Bible of this, is what we should be doing. Just because we want it to be a little bit more vibrant and noticeable. So, and remember, we're not pushing hard, we're just going over the top of the model in a consistent pressure motion. Oop, there goes the head. It's fine, we can keep going without it. We don't need to worry about the gun because the gun is not a white piece. The whole shield here. We mostly want the border of the shield. And we will take this. just do a little brushing there. We also have at our disposal, oops, I must touch that. We have a little alligator clip, which you use for painting Gundams. If you're a Gundam painter, you may be aware of these things. But it's like a little dowel with an alligator clip on the end of it. And we're just gonna clip the head into this really quick so we don't lose it and we have something stable to paint on. 1 second, I heard my wife yelling. Let's see what's happening. Is everything okay, babe? Oh, okay. I'm in the middle of painting. What are you watching? Oh, God. Okay, she's just embarrassed about the TV. About Travis Kelce on TV. So now we will get our second coat of white, of a white dry brush. This time we're going to start with the head because we have kind of a good amount of white on here right now. And we're just going to hit those spots. And I'm going to stick this in my little stand over here that I can stick it in, or like a little piece of poster tack. And then we can go to the rest of this. And what we're trying to achieve here is a smoother version of the white without having to brush it on. And this is going to kind of help us preserve those low spots so that, you know, theoretically, in a perfect world, we wouldn't have to do the wash at the end. If we were skilled enough, the wash wouldn't have to come at the end to darken all those little recesses. And you can leave these little dark underspots black, because they are the underspots. They're the shadows. If you, see, I'm kind of running into some problems with not gluing stuff, but it's fine. I think in the end it'll do us a favor that we didn't glue it. So that's our second coat of white. And we're gonna do one more. You can even take like a different white if you want to. So that's off-white. So we'll take this matte white from War Painter, Army Painter, War Paints Fanatic. I think it's Army Painter, yeah, Army Painter. I have a few whites. I have that one, I have this one, I have like a Pro Acryl titanium white. You can kind of mix them and just do different gradients of white to kind of push that value into other directions. So it's kind of like a lower, so you can see the color now, and then when we take this on, you can see it's a bolder white color. It's really important to get the front of the Gundam because that is the most important part that we'll be seeing the most. Actually, when you're playing with it, you'll probably be seeing the back the most, but if you want to display these, you'll display it towards the front of you. So there's that, and we get our shield now. We can kind of we could do the alligator clip thing with this one, but we just want to stay toward the edges on this and the middle piece, because those are the parts that are white on this piece. So let's set that there. Oops. And then we'll get our head and do the final kind of dry brush on there. Good. brush. Now we can get to the non-dry brushing portion of the model painting. And that is going to be, we're gonna start probably with the red. Yeah, we'll do red. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna alligator clip this too, just because I don't wanna have to set it on the floor every time. These you can get, these little clips you can get from Amazon, and they come with like a little cool like pegboard stand that you can stick them in to help with everything. But also, forgot one step while we're here. Since we have the white out, there is a white part on the pack here, the striker pack. So we're just gonna hit that really quick with the off-white. And that piece is this piece here. And if you thought 3D printing was not happening, you're wrong, it's happening. And I don't think those are beam sabers. They might be beam sabers. They are, so they are also going to be white. So we'll get the little toppy antenna-y bits right here. And we will stick that in to the thing as well. Okay, so now it's fallen over. Wasn't really the stand that I thought it was. Just lean it that way. Okay, so now let's go to our blue. So we start with a deep blue from AK. Give it a good shake. Oh no, I was gonna start with red, wasn't I? I'm gonna go red, deep red from AK also. So we're gonna put that down. Get the very limited bits of red that is on him, plus the red that's on the pack. So for him, you wanna get this little door situation here. As well as this piece here, even this top part. I want to carry that through. And we'll have to probably clean up the white, so don't worry. And then the feet. That is the only red on this guy. Similar to the Sword Strike. I realized also on the Sword Strike Gundam that I didn't do the correct colors, in some sense that the strike pack is a different color blue than the actual Gundam is. So if you wanted to, you could use like a lighter blue. I would say like an ultramarine. Oh no, ultramarine's not really lighter. I would say like a magic-y blue, or like some type of light blue looking color. That's what I would recommend if you wanted to separate the two. It doesn't look bad. I'll show you after I finish the red here. It's just if you are a perfectionist and you were screaming at me last week and you're like, no, that's not the right colors. It is a different blue that you should be using on the Sword Strike pack. Do you want to be the actually guy? And I'm not really trying to paint the inside of the boosters on the feet right now. Okay, so that's the red on that part. Here he is right here. So you can see the blue is the same color here as the chest. Probably do like a lighter blue. You can use like this gray blue would probably work really good. And I can even just dry brush that over the top of this part, the sword and the shoulder pad. And that would probably be fine. So let's go to the shield. So for the shield, it's the whole inside here. So we're just gonna build that. We're avoiding these little upper spots right here. Those are a different color. Looks like those are yellow. So we want to preserve the light color as much as possible because we're going to be working with a yellow there. Yellow will be hard to go over the red. So just be careful, take your time. Just kind of color in the lines. So we're just going there. When I get the top here. I'm really digging this AK paint. It goes on pretty well. And I don't have to fight with it as much as like some Vallejo paints. They kind of streak and it gets kind of annoying. All right, so that's our red for there. Then for the head, I just gotta make sure this stuff doesn't fall over. We have the little, so I didn't do it on the last one, but you have this little piece here, which we did do on the last one. But Gundams also have this little chin piece right here, and that is often red as well. So we got those two done. Now we're gonna switch to the strike pack, which we made it removable, so that means we can put it onto the what's it called? The Core Lander, like a Sky Grasper. I was like, what's that thing called? I'm gonna, while I'm here, we're gonna fix our mistake and get that little chin right there. Okay, and then for this, it's got a lot of red on it. So we're gonna get started here. I think, so mostly the tips of the wings are red, like this line part. So like from here, get the leading edge here. And I wanted to build it as the strike, with the strike pack on it, because I do like that version a lot more than the Buster Strike, I think, or whatever the gun one is. But if you remember from our video, we didn't glue it, so we can build it as the other one as well. You just gotta be strategic with your gluing. Yeah? What? No, I'm painting. I'm doing a video.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Hello, everyone in TV land.
Hello, TV land. Okay, I'm trying to get this bent out.
What are you painting?
The Strike Gundam.
Strike Gundam!
This is his little backpack.
I'm sorry. I'm
It's
an
okay.
embarrassing wife.
No, you're perfect, wife.
Oh, I love you.
Love you too. So we're gonna paint these little booster guys. I'm gonna get the inside here where we got the white. It looks like, no, it's fine, we're fine. Okay, so for these, some of these, it's gonna be starting here, getting these whole bits here. So get those. It's the back here. Don't know, it looks like maybe. So we're doing our best guess on where the paint goes right now. So just being careful to try to preserve the black as much as possible on this. We don't really have like a good clamp on this thing. Looks like maybe this part is red, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think it is. So we're gonna go into here. So that goes here. You can see the lines on the model. So that's gonna help you get in there, yeah, and decide where to put the paint down. And this is where you might want to make sure your paint is nice and kind of thinned a little bit, like just has water in it, just so it'll flow off your brush better and you're not flopping it around all the time. So just take your time and fill in the lines. We're gonna hold back piece there. Getting this whole thing, just getting the first coat down. Definitely gonna need a couple. And just following those pieces, making sure that you got it. So that's that side. Now we gotta switch to the other side and do the same thing. So let's just get here. I wish there was a better way to lock this down. And also like a shorter stick on it. If you have wooden ones, you can cut them down. These ones don't cut so good. I've tried that before. They are super hard steel, which is crazy because I didn't expect that from just like a little thing that I bought from Amazon. But it's really hard steel and it's hard to cut through. So just make it here. We're gonna get the top. It's okay. We can always fix any mistakes because it is black. It is a darker color than red. So we will be able to fix any mistakes that we do right now pretty simply. But you know, as always, try not to be completely reckless with it. You want to practice your brush control as much as possible. Just because it'll help make you a better painter at the end of the day. But by working in colors from light to dark, you'll help yourself not have to worry as much. So now we'll get this wing. And you know what I say about the bottom parts of things. You don't have to go hard for them because nobody will see them. Let's get the edge. And then paint there. And now we can move to our second coat. Just to help clean that up. And brighten that up a little bit, make it less streaky, as you can see. Try to avoid the areas that we've already done, that we just finished. So we're gonna start with this side first. You can see that's putting a lot more pigment into it this time. It's not as streaky as it was. Looks more intentional for our colors, especially on these like big flat edges here, like the tops and stuff. Same thing, we get here. I feel like the strike pack is going to take longer than the entire model, but that is okay. Because this is a modular piece that we can use for multiple models. And it'll look cool the better it looks. So just kind of going back at it at the same way we went at it in the first place. Okay, so that, now we gotta let that guy dry while we go to the blue. So let's clean off our brush there. And I can probably put this shield back on, it'll be okay. Goes like this, that's why I had it, okay. Okay. So now we're gonna go to this deep blue from AK. And it's coming out of the pot weird, which I hate when that happens. Oh, it's split. Oh, there's there's paint stuck in there. Cool, love this for me. All right. So we got our blue. And we're going to the body, and it is just the body. It is just this piece. Similar to what we did on the last guy. Just, we can actually get in here this time. So let's just get there, get that piece. Go around, get a little vent there, and then get the top here. Carry that to the back. And that is the blue. What color is the... We can put that in there actually, so the inside of the scope here, it's also blue. All right. Now we'll go to our basalt gray. This is gonna be like, not our black, because we have actual black on this model unlike the other ones, but like all our joints, all our guns, all our other parts that are black. So on this guy, it is this knee piece, as well as this piece right here. So just paint that out, and then we carry it all the way on the line that we can see here. And we get the boosters in the back of the leg here. I just like to get all this just because it kind of ties it in together better. May not be perfect, but we can just clean up our gun here. You don't have to do too much because we did hit it with that gray dry brush, which is really kind of good on these. It makes it look pretty cool. We'll get the boosters on the back here, as well as the boosters in the feet. And then you can see right here, this piece is a joint piece, same as right here in the back here. And on the arm, it's a little bit harder to see, but it is this piece right here. The piece in between pieces. We also get the hand. Make sure we get the rest of this gun. And then, similar to the other one, we want to get under these pieces there. We continue with a little head spacer piece. Get that coated, as well as this front piece right here. See, and this is why you can see like it's important for order of operations of colors, because we had painted over some of these spots, but now you can see it doesn't really matter because we were going over it with a different color anyway, and a color that wasn't a big deal. So this is the joint right here. I'm gonna get that whole piece. Then we get the knee. And we get this. Let's clean up those edges. You can see that Shaky Hand has made an appearance here, but you just kind of have to help yourself by anchoring the model to something. So like just have a bunch of points of contact on your hands with your other hand, and that'll help you get through the shakies, or at least it helps me get through them. So just make sure you have a couple points of touching your hand, and your arms on the desk help a lot too. You will get this whole thing there, and we gotta get this piece, and then technically inside the shield, but it looks pretty good with like how the dry brush was, so it looks kind of metallic in there, so we're gonna leave that. Let's go here, let's do that. Nothing on the head is this color, so we're just gonna take the strike pack now, and we're gonna do just some more variation of color. So we're gonna take this piece, since this is the piece that locks into the Gundam, we're gonna paint this part gray, just to try and add more visual interest to the piece. Okay, and that's good there. Don't want the head touching that. Okay. All right, so now we can go to our yellow paint. So that is Vallejo flat yellow. I think this one I might not wash. So we might have found a solution to not have to do that. But like I always say, I reserve the right to change my mind later. All right, where'd the shield go? Oh, it's on his arm. Okay, so we're gonna take the yellow, and we're gonna go into the shield now. So, for the shield, this piece is yellow. We're just using light pressure on our hand here. We don't want to push too hard and then have the bristles fray and go into the yellow. Go into the red. So we got that. Do the same thing here. We don't want tons of it on our brush here. Just light pressure up. There. And there. We'll get our yellow on our shield. For the head, we just have the inside piece here, so we just want to get that. Let's get the right there. And on the strike pack, we might have to do the stuff on this, because this is yellow in here. So just paint in there. Paint in there. And there. In there, and then get that red back just to clean up all this spillover that happened, because yellow paint is the devil most of the times. We're good. Okay, and then we'll get our black color to clean up the pack. There's some areas that got hit that, and some spots that didn't get primed that should have got primed. So just gonna clean up that area there. We hit right here. That's fine, that's fine. Clean up there on the top here. Get some white there. Clean up the little wings here. Oh, we did get some weirdness. Oh, here we go, the wing here. So just clean up under the wing. And we have our white still. So we're able to clean up that stuff that we did. And do a little pass here. Just to brighten that up a little bit. And see if there's anything on here that needs to be touched up. Which I think we did pretty decent on. Yeah. Okay, so now we can get a little. Okay, we're gonna take our smallest brush. And we're gonna regret the shit out of this probably, but we gotta try. Take our small brush, point it really good, get some yellow on it, and then we're gonna get our head and try to get these eyes. So there are two little eyes in there. Okay, we got it. And then one other spot. So we'll take our blue and get inside the camera right here. It's right in there. And then our, oops, really quick, just our red really quick. Just clean off some yellow that had touched that. And we are good. So now we should be able to put this together and call it a success. So that is how we paint the Strike Gundam, the Aile Strike Gundam, sorry. And as always, oops. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will catch y'all on the next one. Let me just rip his head off. So we got paint on the neck piece here, so it's gonna be a little, it goes like that. Okay, so now we can see that it's all together. We're gonna clean up right here. Just a lot of white showing through here. So I'm just gonna take this brush really quick. Take our blue, do that, and then take our gray. And then also clean up the area. So yeah, that's how we build him. As always, thanks for watching. And then we will catch you guys. Well, you can still see like a lot of white right there. I'll clean that up. I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up on camera so you can see me that I did it. So we're just gonna put it right there. There you go. And we will catch you guys on the next one.